podcast talking Auburn football. Go ahead and like the video, comment, and subscribe to Vernon Speak Sports Auburn. We're definitely now in the thick of things. It's June. A lot of recruits are actually coming to the Plains, and coaching staff is actually reaching out, trying to make some stuff happen. A lot of folks think that Auburn has some of the better recruits as far as this new transfer portal is making everybody nervous in the country. Two of them, especially a guy from Northwestern. I'll let you go look him up. Now, I just want to be a little casual tonight because there's a video that I really want to do, but I don't think a car cast justifies this video. It's a comparison between Brian Harsin and first year and Gus Malzahn first year. Is Brian Harsin inheriting a better staff a better team, and or will he be as successful? Now, that is a loaded question, and there's a lot of things to unpack there. So we're not going to go into that, but that's a sneak preview of a video that I want to go and deep dive into based on an article that I saw and even expound on that article that I saw. However, I want to know who do y'all think, just on some casual stuff tonight. We ain't trying to be too serious tonight, but who do y'all think on that wide receiver core, who do y'all think is going to be the breakout guy? Now, we didn't get a really good sample size of who the breakout guy will be at wide receiver because we had these wide receiver sets that were actually good sets. Really good sets that could outflank some teams. But you had Scheneker out there, right? And you had some other... It wasn't the formations. It was the personnel. And then we find out in the Northwestern game that Elijah Cannon, he actually made a pretty good play. Is that a good indication of him being the lead receiver? I don't know. No more than I know whether Brian Harsin's first season will be more successful than Gus Malzahn's first season as a head coach at Auburn. I think the odds are on the side of Gus Malzahn as the more successful one, because I don't think Brian Harsin, I'm not saying he can't do it, but man, he's up against a lot. But that's the video that I want to talk about a little later on. But then I want to talk about this wide receiver thing. You know, you got Javaris Johnson that was like buried under a rock last year. We didn't see him at all. But I will tell you who I think. Oh, let's not forget about Xavier Capers. I think this, now, when I watched video and film, I actually did a video on Xavier Capers during his recruiting process. I thought that out of all the receivers that Auburn recruited, that Xavier Capers would be immediately ready to play Power 5 football, and sure enough, he was at the forefront. Then he got injured, and here we go. But I'm going to tell you who I want to see. I want to see if this wide receiver's skill set can be expounded, can be accentuated. This guy was a super talented guy at Troup County High School in LaGrange, Georgia. I want to see what Kobe Hudson's going to do. He's the guy that I feel that has the most unleashed potential out of all these guys. Of course, you got Hal Presley coming from Texas. He hadn't played a season yet. But out of all the guys that are on the list as to who's going to be the breakout receivers, mind you, the wide receiver position is becoming more important in the SEC. All the teams that's won national championships or gotten to the SEC championship, they've had dynamic receivers. So the question on the floor is what in the world is Kobe Hudson gonna do? Is he gonna be that guy that we low-key think he could be? We talking about Xavier Capers. We talking about Elijah Canyon, some of the other guys, Javaris Johnson. My X factor with this wide receiver group is Kobe Hudson. Like the video, comment, and subscribe to Vernon Speaks Sports Auburn. It's always great to be an Auburn Tiger, War Eagle.